Hey everyone, Doug Benner from DyeStat.com, here with another DyeStat discussion. And look who it is, everyone. We've got Kaden Evans from American Fork. He'll be going down to Arizona this weekend and racing at NXR Southwest. Of all the regions in the country, 5 of them are this weekend. None is bigger than NXR Southwest. We'll talk about how loaded it is in a second. But Kaden, first of all, thank you for giving me a little bit of your time tonight. I have to think that you might be one of the only people in Utah who's pulling for Oklahoma State on Saturday at the NCAA Cross Country Championships.
I might be.
Even all the alums from American Fork that are on the team, it seems like, at BYU, like, what has that been like for you to be committed to Oklahoma State when it's such a BYU place?
It's a lot like making my own path. Actually, it's cool, really. I mean, not that both schools are great schools, but I really felt like there was something at OSU that just felt like home for me. So it was really cool to go there.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, there's going to be even at your meet. I can just imagine all the people on their phones trying to monitor what is going on in Madison on Saturday.
Yeah.
How cool is it that it looks like it's very much Oklahoma State versus BYU in that men's race?
It is crazy to see. Those were the top 2 schools I was going for, so it's going to be a fun race to watch. I'll be really excited to see what turns out. So,
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your preparation for NXR Southwest. Now that the Utah State meet was a few weeks ago, and as it is always in Utah year after year, there's the in-season part of the season, and then for all the the really big programs, there's that a little bit of a break and getting ready for the postseason. How has that looked for you and your teammates the last couple of weeks?
Training has gone down. We've been tapering. We've just been good. We've all just been getting ready for this race mentally, physically. The team's feeling really good, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, I think we're all really ready for this race. So it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah. I should tell people at the state meet, you won the Class 6A title. American Fork has had the individual winner 13 of the last 16 years. That's almost unbelievable to think that one school could do that. But when you're in a program that's produced Casey Klinger and Nate Jaster and obviously Danny, what is it like to carry that kind of a torch for Coach Timo Moster?
It's so awesome. It's a great opportunity I've been given in. What Coach has done for me has really, it's been impactful in my running career. So to be up here, to be running, to have my name with all those guys is really cool.
Yeah. So when you came into American Fork as a freshman, Jaster was the guy, right?
Yeah, Nate.
So coming in as a freshman and seeing like what this is all about, like what were some of the things that struck you right away about what this looks like at this sort of a level as a new guy, a young guy in the program?
Mm-hmm. It was a huge switch. As soon as I got on the program, I was like, wow, these guys are locked in. They want to win. They're like, this isn't junior high anymore. This is the real deal now. Everyone's trying to be good. Everyone's trying to make the team,
Yeah. And with Nate and then Danny, right on his heels, what are some things that you feel like you learned from those guys in terms of the kind of work ethic and just way that you operate to become, that you have tried to emulate?
Mm-hmm. Those 2 were both super disciplined. I didn't know Nate as well as I knew Danny.
Yeah.
But I can say Danny 100% was the most disciplined kid I've ever met. So just looking after what he's done for 2 years has really shaped how I look at running. So it's been great.
Yeah. Danny, is he off? He's on a mission right now?
Yeah, he's in Georgia right now.
Oh, Georgia. But do you get to communicate with him or not?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Every Monday about.
Okay. Did he give you any pre-state meet advice or any other thing? I mean, not that maybe you need it. You're undefeated this fall. You're doing fine on your own. But is Danny in your ear giving you any tips or encouragement?
No, I don't think he's too worried about what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
yeah, he's focused on what he's
He's
doing.
got his
So
own. He's got his own thing to do there for
yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
Um, uh, the NXR Southwest, we should say already, like 3 of the top 5 teams we think in America are in that race. Only 2 of them can get automatic berths. That's
Yeah.
Harriman, it's you guys, it's Niwot. There are other incredible teams when you consider Rio Rancho down in New Mexico,
Hmm.
Hamilton of Arizona.
Hmm.
Someone is going to end up staying home no matter what that is really, really good. Maybe even a top 10, top 12 team in America might not make it, right?
Hmm.
So knowing that it could be that competitive and that close, what's the level of, I don't know, whether it's stress or just how much tension do you expect there to be on that starting line?
As a team, we don't have much stress going on. We know what we have done, the haze in the barn. So we've prepared for this the best we can. And our goal as a team is to make NXN.
Yeah,
So if we have to kick someone out from going, then we're willing to do it.
you're willing to do that. American Fork has a track record of doing that. Not too many times has American Fork not show up and do amazing at NXR Southwest. So you do have that. Like Timo knows what he's doing in order to get these teams prepped. You
Hmm.
mentioned that Timo has done a lot for you over 4 years. Uh, can you give us a sense for what makes him a special coach?
The way he coaches, that's one of the biggest things. He's super big on strength, super linear with like micro speed, but not nothing really big. So just like his strength building year after year just compounds, and it really just it shows that once you get older and stronger, it really you really see what he's done. It's awesome.
What sort of things does he do to keep you guys injury free?
Um, that's the I don't know. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of that in self inflicted injuries. Like a lot of the strength that he does, I feel like just builds you so you can take the pounding, take the constant blows that you're thrown in cross country. Sorry.
So the strength isn't just about racking up a lot of miles. It's weight room stuff, right? And
Yeah, yeah,
plyometrics and all that stuff,
yeah. In
right?
the weight room, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you do like a weight session every week or something like that?
yeah. We lift 3 times a week.
Oh, 3 times a week. Okay, okay. Um, do you feel, you know, I've been to some meets lately where it seemed like illness is a problem with some people.
Yeah,
How are you and the team holding up with in that regard?
we've been doing good. A few of us just got out of a sickness,
Hmm.
which was kind of stressful this close to NXR. But as of right now, a lot of us are doing good. So I think we're pretty stress free heading into NXR about that. So that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Um, you have been at a really high level. Like last, you look at what you've done over the course of 4 years and the progress that you've made. Last year as a junior, you ran 8:46 at Arcadia. You ran amazing indoor, but sometimes it seems like because Danny was out front, sort of like all had a lot of the attention, you flew a little bit under the radar. Was that good for you? Do you think to kind of like uh, you know, let him have his moment. Wait till your senior year to sort of get a little bit more of the spotlight.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it was kind of like an underdog mentality. Like we let Danny have his shine, and now it's like every person in their senior year gets their own moment. So we all know we'll get it. So it's just when the time's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, going undefeated in Utah is no small task because you know how many great runners there are there. Uh, what are what are some of the early season? What were some of the early season races that told you that you had done a good job of preparing and we're going to have a good season?
I'd say actually a lot of the early season races, I'd look at those, look at the time that I ran, look back, look at what like last year's team, what Danny would ran. I see the times are pretty relative, pretty close, and I noticed I was like, all right, I'm ready. I feel really good about what I've done.
Mm,
I was really confident about that.
yeah, you had a pretty good summer.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Was that a lot of work that you did by yourself, or was the whole group like do you do a lot of that in the group?
100% with coach. Everyone's doing the same thing. We're like a brotherhood. It's a family. We're all
Yeah,
doing everything together.
yeah, yeah, yeah. How have you seen? One of the reasons why I think Harriman obviously is the defending champion, but then they've got a lot of guys returning. They kind of can clump that pack together. American Fork has got you. It's got maybe at least early in the season it seemed like it was a little looser at 4 and 5 or whatever. But how are you seeing the group improve and evolve over the last couple of months?
We've improved a lot from last September. We looked at all the spreadsheets and everything, and we were like, we are not going back. We probably won't even qualify for state. We're washed. We're honestly not that great. But I'd say from graduating 6 seniors, the mark that they left on this program really helped these underclassmen like improve so much. I think they saw what they left and they were like, well, we got shoes to fill, and they were willing to do it. So it was really cool watching them improve.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd like to ask you about so we get their names out there a little bit maybe, but just to ask you a little bit about your teammates. Let me pull them up here real quick. Carter Moore, for instance. So he's pretty much your number 2 guy, right? Like, how have you seen him improve over the last since let's say the end of June?
He's been dealing with a lot of injuries. He had a celiac disease, so he hasn't been really getting any nutrients in his body. So he's been dealing with some injuries, but since he got that under control, he's been improving a lot. Like, it's impressive to watch what he's been able to do over these 6 months. So it's really cool.
Yeah, Riker and Alex seem like they're the pretty set in there at the 3 and 4 spots and pretty comparable. What can you say about them? Nice things can you say about them?
No, they're great guys. They're as underclassmen last year. I think when they were looking up to us, there was like a group of probably 3 to 6 guys all competing for that number 7 last year, and every single one was just vying for that spot. Didn't know who it would be in the end. It turned out to be Noah Nelson. But these 2 underclassmen, Noah and Alex, I think they saw that and they took that as a challenge. They were like, we're not letting this happen again. We're gonna do everything we can this year to make sure we're on that team that goes to nationals.
Okay, all right. And then, Austin is a junior. Austin Plew. I think he say his name. He's probably one that's learned. That's maybe going to have to carry the torch next year, right? Because the top 4 of you guys are seniors. Does he seem like someone who's going to be like he'll be the leader next year?
Yeah, he's improved a lot. That I'm not worried about him next year. He'll do really great, but it's the team that he'll need to motivate if they want to come back. So, and I think he'll do that.
Yeah, Timo will help do that as well. I'm sure. Get everyone fired up. You hit last year at NXR Southwest. You remember that it was super wet course, super muddy there right at the end. I doubt it'll be like that again. But what do you like about NXR Southwest? Obviously it's a qualifying event. It's not the end goal for everybody, but it does bring together some amazing athletes from Colorado, from Utah, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada. What do you like about that event as just as its own thing?
Yeah, it's been one of my favorite events throughout the year. Just seeing how well prepared we are for the nation's competition, and it's super fun to qualify for NXN and to see where you place among the entire nation. Just see where you're at. So it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Again, everyone, Kaden Evans, I would have to say at least one of the co-favorites, if not the favorite, probably this weekend for that. And I think probably even maybe a little dark horse or sleeper, or maybe not even that. One of the favorites maybe for NXN as well. Do you feel like throughout this season you've been preparing yourself to possibly win NXN?
It's always been a thought on my mind. It's always been a goal that I've had. But the main goal is as the team. That's the most important, to win as a team, to qualify, and yeah, we got to execute with everything we got.
You've met Casey Klinger, I'm sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does he come back and see you guys sometimes?
Every now and then he'll pop in, yeah.
What sort of out of all these guys, again, 13 state champions in 16 years, Casey might be the guy on Mount Rushmore for American Fork
Yeah, yeah.
cross country, right? What does someone like that mean to you and the high school kids?
It's really cool. When he comes in, we're all super stoked to see him. We're all getting signatures from him. Like, it's really cool. Um, it's yeah, I don't. It's really awesome. Like, what he's done, what him and what that class really set a tone for AF as a, like, they really switched it from taking second in the nation. We were all like, all right, well, we can start doing this. We got to start being the team, start bringing down the culture that can be this team.
Yeah.
And they started that. It was awesome.
What would it mean for you guys to be the team that actually goes one spot above what they did? Like, Timo's been taking swings at this for a long time. Always has a team. It's in the fight for it. Hasn't
Mhm.
quite pulled off the big trophy yet. But what would that mean for the group that does it?
It would be huge. It would honestly mean the world. But we know what we got to do it, and we're all willing to bleed for it. So we'll see how it turns out, and we can't wait for that race. It'll be fun.
For sure. All right. Well, the first step obviously is Saturday down there at the golf course east of Phoenix, and that'll be live on runnerspace. So everyone should tune in and see how NXR Southwest goes. It could be a full day of watching because, like I said, five NXR regionals all pretty much around the same time. So might need more than one tab to follow what's going on. But Kaden Evans is going to be front and center there at Southwest. Kaden, I think I can let you go, but appreciate your time tonight and good luck.
Thank you.